Barcelona is working to renew Fermin Lopez's contract until 2031. Updates on Gavi's injury and the date of his return to Barcelona matches. A new club enters the race to sign Marc Casado from Barcelona. A great comment from Messi about Barcelona and Raphinha. And before we begin the video, don't forget to share your opinion in the comments about Barcelona's performance today. And if you're a football supporter, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Barcelona is working to renew Fermin Lopez's contract until 2031. FC Barcelona has presented an offer to Fermin Lopez, a player on the team, to renew his contract. Fermin Lopez is under contract with Barcelona until June 2029. According to the Spanish newspaper Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona is working on renewing Fermin Lopez's contract as a reward for his outstanding performance with the club in the last period. The report explains that, after a series of talks with the player's agents that began last year, continued in Saudi Arabia during the Spanish Super Cup, and resumed in Barcelona this week, the club presented an offer to the player to extend his contract until the year 2031. The offer includes a salary increase of more than 50%, as well as performance-related bonuses, which will become guaranteed if they are achieved. The report noted that Barcelona is very interested in finalizing the renewal and wants to sign it before the start of next week. The club is looking to speed up the process to complete it before the start of the elections, in which President Laporta will have to resign to first become an interim candidate and then an official candidate if he obtains the necessary signatures. From the player's point of view, it is still unclear whether everything can be finalized next week, since Fermin and his family need to study the offer carefully. In any case, there is satisfaction with the step taken by the club. Fermin Lopez has played 24 matches with Barcelona this season, scoring 10 goals and providing the same number of assists. Progress on Gavi's injury and the date of his return to Barcelona matches. The countdown has begun for Pablo Gavi's return to FC Barcelona's squad after a long period of absence that worried fans of the Catalan club. The Andalusian star, one of the most outstanding products of La Masia Academy in recent years, is close to completing his recovery process from a complex knee injury, the same one that has kept him off the pitch since the start of the current season. At Camp Nou, there is an atmosphere of cautious optimism with the appearance of positive signs in the recovery of the 21-year-old player. The club's board and medical staff are following an extremely precise strategy in handling Gavi's case, especially because the latest meniscus injury occurred in the same knee that previously suffered an anterior cruciate ligament tear, which forces them to act with maximum caution. German coach Hansi Flick expressed great satisfaction with Gavi's progress, emphasizing that the club will not be carried away by emotions to speed up his return. The coaching staff is currently focused on giving him the necessary time to regain his muscle mass and ensure that his knee is ready to withstand the pressure of big matches, avoiding any relapse that could put his long professional career at risk. Gavi's return date and the final stage of his rehabilitation. Press reports indicate that the expected date for Gavi's return to Barcelona matches will be at the end of next February. This moment coincides with the completion of 5 months since the surgery he underwent last September, a period that doctors consider ideal for recovery before a gradual return to official competition. Currently, Gavi is doing intensive gym sessions to strengthen the muscles surrounding the knee, under the direct supervision of Hansi Flick, who follows his development day by day. Flick said in his most recent press conference that Gavi is improving impressively, but insisted on the need to be patient, stating that the most important thing is for the player to return in the best physical and technical conditions possible, even if that requires a little more time. Barcelona is fully aware of Gavi's technical value and the grit he brings to the midfield, but the current idea is to give him minutes progressively. The goal is for the player to reach his full physical peak in March, to be a decisive weapon in the final stretch of a season packed with national and international competitions. Will Gavi's level be affected after repeated knee injuries? This question is the main concern of the fans, but Hansi Flick reassured everyone by stating that the player has great determination and a long career ahead, and that the current work is focused on protecting him. Projections indicate that Gavi will return with the same fighting spirit but with greater maturity on the physical side to avoid harsh collisions that could affect the injured area. A new club enters the race to sign Marc Casado from Barcelona. Amid the turmoil of the winter transfer market, the name Marc Casado emerges as one of the hottest files within FC Barcelona, after the Spanish midfielder showed openness to studying his future due to a lack of minutes this season. Barcelona, going through a delicate phase after Pedri's injury, is preparing for decisive weeks on the national and international level under the direction of German coach Hansi Flick, which has put several young players on the radar of European clubs, led by Turkish side Galatasaray. According to reports in the press, the Turkish club has placed Casado at the very top of its priority list to strengthen its midfield in the second half of the season, taking advantage of his limited recent involvement with the first team. Galatasaray, the latest to join the bidding for Casado. However, the talent developed at La Masia has not disappeared from the radar of other clubs. Among them, Atletico de Madrid, which is closely monitoring the evolution of his situation. Galatasaray has already made preliminary moves to learn the player's stance, betting on offering him an ambitious sporting project and a competitive proposal, given that he is currently not a fixed option for Flick. However, Casado's response was clear. Through his representatives, he made it clear that his main objective is to succeed wearing Barcelona's shirt and earn a place in the starting 11. The Spanish player is highly valued for his tactical discipline and the quality of his passing, qualities that have allowed him to appear with national teams at youth levels. In addition, he relies on his experience from last season, when he took advantage of his teammates' absences to show that he deserves to compete for a spot. Despite tempting offers from outside, Casado rejected the first proposals to leave the club, clinging to Flick's sporting project and his conviction that he can change his reality through daily work and commitment in training. For its part, Barcelona's board is closely following the moves of the Turkish club, but shows no intention of letting the player go in January, especially given the accumulation of injuries and the need for squad depth to compete on three fronts. With the transfer window closing ever closer, Marc Casado's future remains tied to the Barcelona crest, waiting to see what the final days of January bring. With the player's firm conviction that patience and confidence are his true path to making it at Camp Nou, a great comment from Messi about Barcelona and Raphinha. Sometimes victory is not just 3 points added to the table, but a sign that the spirit has returned and the identity has regained its shine. And what Barcelona is living after its win against Real Oviedo was precisely that sign. A team that plays with confidence, attacks with determination, and makes its opponent feel from the first minutes that the match is played at only one pace, Barcelona's pace. I say this because I know what it means to play in this shirt, and I know what the fans expect, not just to win, but the way to do it, the way that makes people applaud the ball even before the result. And today there were many details that brought back that feeling, but one name was present in every decisive moment: Raphinha. This season, Raphinha is not playing the role of a traditional winger who only runs down the flank and whips in crosses. He is a player who reads the game, provokes the defense with his movements even before touching the ball. He creates a numerical advantage with his positioning and finishes right at the moment when the opponent thinks the path has been closed. There are players who give you a beautiful gesture, and there are others who give the whole team extra energy. Raphinha is the second type. As for his magnificent goal in the match, it's not just a play for highlight reels. It's a statement of personality, a goal that sums up bravery in decision-making and precision in execution at the same time. In those moments, you can see the difference between a player who hesitates because the pressure is huge and another who smiles at the pressure because he knows the moment was made for him. The goal wasn't a coincidence, but the result of believing in his ability to decide, understanding the shooting angle, and feeling the exact instant to act. Messi said, "What I like most about Raphinha is that he doesn't shine only when the match is easy or when everything is going in the team's favor. He's a player who sets the pace when the game gets slow, speeds up when Barcelona needs an attacking punch, presses without rest, and tracks back to defend as if winning were a personal responsibility." That's interesting, because his footprint is noticeable even in the minutes when he doesn't score, because his impact isn't measured only in goals, but in the spaces he opens and the decisions he forces the opponent to make. It's natural for fans to repeat this fact this season, that Barcelona wins every match in which Raphinha plays. Some may call it a coincidence, but football teaches us that when a coincidence repeats, it becomes a sign. A sign that the presence of a specific player gives the team psychological and tactical balance. He increases pressure in attack, provides solutions out wide, and forces the defense to keep an eye on him, allowing others to benefit from the spaces he creates. It's an impact the camera doesn't always capture, but it shows up in the result and in the way the team handles difficult moments. Today's Barcelona, with every appearance by Raphinha, looks more complete, more capable of winning the ball back quickly, more insistent on attacking even when the opponent sits deep, and more patient in build-up without losing its bite. These are qualities of teams that progress through a season. Teams that don't bet on just one moment, but create the moment again and again. When I talk about Barcelona, I don't separate victory from enjoyment, because the history of this club is based on the idea that triumph must come accompanied by something beautiful. An idea, a gesture, bravery, and a smile. And today I felt that the smile returned to the pitch, not only because Barcelona won, but because the players offered something like a promise to the fans. We're going to fight, we're going to attack, and we're going to win, because we are capable of deciding. Raphinha, keep this spirit, because when a player combines talent and discipline, bravery and hard work, he becomes more than just a match star. He becomes the key to an entire season, the title of a team's confidence, and the backbone of a fan base that only wants to see Barcelona as it has always known it, strong, brave, and exciting.